like, since I'm a child I've been brought up in a certain way, and then suddenly I start questioning that, is that what I'm doing Sundaram Katha for, so I can get some material gain out of it, or I'm doing it for self, knowledge kind of thing. So I would like your...
So when you do something like Satyanarayana Katha, you get punya. Any satkarma you do, you get punya. Now, that punya can have two effects. If you do Satyanarayana Katha with a motivation of getting some worldly benefit, can be here or hereafter also, then that punya gets used up in giving you that benefit. If on the other hand, you do it out of pleasure or for pleasing Lord, as an offering to the Lord, that punya then becomes the means of antahkarana shuddhi. That punya will nullify the papa. So punya that you get by nishkama karma will nullify your papa. Punya that you get by sakama karma will not nullify the papa. It will just give you that bhoga, but then whatever your burden remains, your baggage remains. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, antahkarana shuddhi means slowly clearing the past baggage. Even the unconscious, whatever it is, is past raga dveshas. And that is why nishkama karma. Because if you do sakama karma, meaning karma with a desire, you keep on adding into that. So you will get the pleasure, all right, no doubt about that. But you will be better off. You will be as before. But in the beginning, a child or anybody will do things only if there is a material gain. That's all we know. You don't know any better. So that is why parents say, do this so that you pass examination, do this prayer, offer this to Hanuman, offer this to Ganesha, and then change this name, recite this. So child does it. So that's only the first step. Sakama karma is the first step. To motivate a person to do things. In the beginning, the motivation comes only from the reward. It's only when you grow in maturity that you realize that there can be a different kind of motivation also. That when your offering can be a motivation. If that happens, then you are on spiritual path. Otherwise, it's all worldly stuff.
Yes.
Even if you perform a lot of rituals and things, as long as they are performed with desire, then it is samsara. Little better samsara than worldly, but then samsara nevertheless. So then you have to go up and down, you go to Swarga and come back.
So this path that we are trying to be on should help us to see the difference and go in the right direction.
Yeah, but the difference comes by understanding. That how formally what you were doing was to gratify yourself, and now that doing should be to gratify Ishvara. The Ishvara can be your Ishtadevata, Ishvara can be whatever you consider as Ishvara. The Jagat in front of you also is Ishvara. So formally a person was consumer. So Sakama Karma is consumer. Nishkama Karma is contributor.
Anytime there is a question about Bhakti Yoga or Bhakti, Pujya Swamiji in the class will say that, oh, that's like you said, this must be from Gujarat, right? I was thinking it must be pretty hard for you to find Vedanta disciples there, right?
You prepare them. You prepare them. But it is true that relatively the mindset is oriented towards one. Large audiences in these kathas, large audiences.
Because Swamiji Baroda આવ્યા હતા ને?
Came to Baroda in April
Yeah.
for 3 days.
Go with Jivali.
Topic? See, Swami used to take the morning class, mid-morning class and evening class. Yeah. So, evening class, the mid-morning class and the morning class, the different topics were there. Let me see what was in the evening. Interesting. One was Namaha. The mid-morning class was Namaha. And the evening class was, I don't remember.
Namaha means I'm giving up my ego like that.
Namaha is Namaskar.
Namaskar, that, yeah, but in that,
Yeah.
the meaning exactly
Yes,
would be
that's what Namaskar means, that I am offering myself.
Yeah.
What you call Sharanagati,
Sure.
surrender.
Swamiji, in Gita there is, I think somewhere it says, Ya Pashyati Sa Pashyati. What's the meaning and implication of that?
So, yah pashyati sa pashyati. One who sees that, sees it.
Right.
So, seeing otherwise, the person, even though sees, does not see. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishthantam parameshwaram vinashyatsu avinashyantam yah pashyati sa pashyati. So, we see things and we see diversity. Lord Krishna says, Sarveshu Bhuteshu Samam. One who sees what abides equally in all of them, all the things, all the names and forms. So we see in name and form, one who sees the Asti Bhati Priyam, that equally abides in all names and forms. Sarveshu Bhuteshu Tishthantam, where everything is changing, and this one remains changeless. Parameshwaram, the Parameshwara, Vinashyatsu, Avinashyantam, everything is perishable, the imperishable among the perishable, the changeless among the changing, the one among the many, the equal among the unequal. That is Parameshwara. Who sees really sees. Everybody sees all right with eyes, but they see the changing, they see the perishable, they see the many, they see the mortal, they see the name and form, and miss the changeless. Therefore, Pashyandapi na Pashyivan, even though seeing, this person does not see. While seeing, he sees. So one is seeing through the sense organs, other is seeing in the mind's eye. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. In the 15th chapter, Lord Krishna says that the jnana chakshu, those who have the eyes of knowledge, they see.
So Swamiji, all these references, one who sees or not sees, these metaphors, doesn't it really, doesn't it actually describe or refer to the soul, so to speak?
Yeah, Parameshwara we say. Parameshwara means Paramatma or Brahman or the self.
When we refer to the self in Vedanta in different aspects, aren't we really all indirectly referring to the concept of a soul?
No, why? When we say Atma means soul is the individual self. What we call subtle body. It's gross body, subtle body. And when you say self, it is consciousness.
So can you expand upon that subtle body, gross body, and consciousness?
Yeah. We give the example of a fan. See, fan is an outer body, a motor inside, and electricity that energizes the motor. So here also, this gross body is like the outer casing of the fan. There is a subtle body, which keeps this body alive. And then there is consciousness. So consciousness, first of all, makes the subtle body conscious, which in turn makes the gross body conscious or sentient. Just the electricity energizes motor, and motor then energizes the fan. So if you remove the motor, the fan will not work. It is dead. Even though electricity is there and fan also is there, without motor it cannot run. So if you take the motor from this fan, put another fan, that fellow will run. This is dead. So what is death is departure of the subtle body from here. So there is nothing now to keep this gross body sentient. So they become insentient. So we say this body is dead. And this subtle body departs from here, goes to another body, according to karma. Consciousness is everywhere, it doesn't come and go. Like electricity doesn't come and go.
But it needs a medium, I guess, like you said. It needs a medium to express itself. So consciousness needs the motor to express itself, so
Yeah.
that the body.
Yeah.
And not even express, Swamiji, because it's beyond expression.
Express means manifest,
Manifest, okay.
the manner in which we can experience it.
Mhm.
The oneness of reality.
For you to experience, you can experience the sentience at the level of body.
Mhm, mhm.
What is called subtle is something that you cannot perceive through the sense organs. Gross is what you can perceive through sense organs. So this is life. What makes it live? The presence of subtle body inside. So wherever subtle body is there, he always receives, he reflects the consciousness, and therefore subtle body is always conscious. And that consciousness is passed on to this body. If subtle body departs, that's what we call death. Departure of subtle body from this body.
So is that Sukshma Sharira?
Sukshma Sharira.
So between the subtle body, the gross body, and consciousness, where does the concept or the question of the soul, where does that?
That subtle body is the soul. When you say the soul departs, that departs from here to there.
अच्छा सोल के साथ में कारण शरीर भी जाता है जब
हाँ, वो तो सूक्ष्म शरीर के साथ ही होता है.
तो वो कर्म के लेग पे जाता
हाँ, हाँ.
So then, Swamiji, there's something that I've never understood is, you've got consciousness, but then Maya is brought into the picture to create, am I right? Because this all-pervading consciousness, or you can call it Ishvara, cannot create without the force of Maya being in there, am I correct? That's how I've
What
understood
it means is simply this, that consciousness is made to appear. What is this consciousness? It is made to appear as this universe. What is this gold, let us say?
Okay,
It is made to appear as so many ornaments.
okay.
Similarly, what is this consciousness?
Mhm.
Alone appears as all the ways the universe of names and forms.
Okay.
So what makes consciousness appear as a universe is Maya.
But then who creates Maya? Ishvara again?
There is no creation of Maya, is always there. Depend upon Ishvara. Maya is not an independent principle, dependent upon Ishvara. But they're like a magician. Like a magician creates, let me finish. Like a magician creates an appearance of something which is not there. So Maya also creates an appearance. What is? The substance is only consciousness. If you really probe into anything, it will all ultimately reduce to consciousness. So that consciousness made to appear as this body, gross body, subtle body, this name, form, sentient, insentient, this whole creation. Nothing but consciousness, appearing as this. So we say that consciousness in fact is changeless, therefore it cannot appear as something changing. So this Maya is that which makes the changeless appear as changing, doesn't make it change, appear as changing. One is made to appear as many. Changeless is made to appear as changing. Tough one. Well, let us see if we can give some other example.
But why? Like, that's the other question.
There's no why.
Why?
But that's the nature. That's the nature of things.
We say this is not real, but yes, yet it's real. You know, we are experiencing it. So it's like we are sitting here together, and yet you can say this is Maya.
It is real at a certain level.
At a certain
That reality is called mithya.
It's here and it's yet not here, do you know?
It is here and yet not here in the absolute sense.
Absolutely.
See, in the dream also we were sitting like this and experiencing, and that time you think that this is all tangible and real. Then when you wake up you realize that that is not so. So just because you are sitting and experiencing doesn't mean it has to be ultimately real. So how the dream world is made, from nowhere. Similarly also this world is made. So you appear as a dream world. You yourself appear as the whole dream world. So also Ishvara appears as this world. And you can say that it is Maya which creates the appearance of Ishvara appearing as the world. Like a magician. He may be one. He himself may appear as something else. He may have something which he makes appear as different. He may have a piece of paper which he makes appear as a dollar bill or something like that.
Like, what you're saying is, good in logically speaking, I guess. Would it be correct to say, okay, what you're really saying is that things are not permanent? Would that be one
Things
way?
are not what they appear to be. Things are, well, you see now it's very, even the physicists also tell us that this matter is nothing but an appearance of energy. The principle is one energy. Its vibrations only appear as matter. So if you take any tangible matter, it will ultimately reduce to energy. Now if you take energy, it will reduce to consciousness. We go one step further. So just as energy is made to appear as all this matter, consciousness is made to appear as this name and form. One energy, how it appears as this creation of diverse matter. That much is clear, isn't it?
Swamiji, on this line that I think we are in a way packets of energy,
Yeah.
and in fact this is just one line of thinking that sometimes when you meet someone you really like them, and I think the energy kind of matches or whatever, and then there are some times where you just avoid a person or energy. So it's more like, even simple things like, I think taking a shower in the morning re-energizes you. If it's a water element or whatever it is, that brings out
it is
the...
blood flowing in the body.
Yeah.
The shower, the cold shower, creates the the flow of blood, and that's what energizes.
Energizes, yeah. So moving in that line, that this whole creation, Jagat is a creation, like and in this creation, like when we were little, Surya Dev, like we used to read all these stories about Surya Devta and all, and didn't really understand much, and thought it was totally like a cartoon thing. But really, the more you think about it and more knowledge that one picks up, the sun is amazing. Like it's the energy source, which really is the medium for enlivening this earth.
Right.
So, and it has its its own place in the creation, very prominent place, and then the moon has another place.
Mhm.
So the planetary configurations, each one brings, like they're truly devtas,
Mhm.
because they are, I think, affecting us
Yeah, of course.
in such a...
And yet they are perfect in themselves, I mean,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah. Perfection in that.
So like going back, like when we read about Ramayana and Mahabharata, they had these vimans where people were flying, like Hanumanji was flying. I was reading about the pyramids.
Mm.
The pyramids we thought were just like mausoleums or something, but really it turns out that the pyramids on the earth, they are on a line, a circle, a latitude, whatever, 64 or something, and they're pointing in one direction, and they're energy sources,
Mhm.
apparently.
Mm.
And so the technology that must have made, our Vimans fly in the Mahabharata and Ramayana,
Mm.
there was, I think, apparently some technology way back. Because pyramids were also built with great technology.
Mhm.
Like the precision of the, if they tried to replicate, they couldn't do that with current technology, the building of the pyramids. So obviously, like, we human beings are so limited in our thinking. We think only this much.
Mhm.
When the world is absolutely amazing outside, right?
It is, it is. Yes.
So Swamiji, if you can expand on the sun and how our Vedanta model.
Well, I mean, Vedanta model sun is a source of energy, a source of earth actually, and source of all the energy on the earth. So we are all nothing but packets of energy walking about, as sunlight. We are all nothing but the packets of sunlight walking about. Everything is because of sun on this earth. Whatever is, whether it's rain, whether it's wind, whatever it is, all due to sun. All the air currents are there, whatever pressures are there, everything is due to sun.
Suryavanshi. Suryavanshi. In a way, we call it Suryavanshi, right?
Suryavamshi, ठीक है.
Vanshi, yeah.
हाँ, but that's an imagination of Suryavamsha and Chandravamsha.
What is that? That's another question.
That lineage originated with sun, lineage originated with moon. So Lord Rama is the Suryavamshi originated with sun. Lord Krishna is Chandravamshi originated with moon. ये क्यों चालू किया भाई? Why did you start that?
You want to see better?
Swamiji,
Swamiji,
there's
glare
going
Glare
back,
out.
Yeah,
going-
let's stop the light.